This weekly news flash is sponsored by Creative Marketing, making a difference. For more information, please visit creativemarketing.net. As expected, the House on Wednesday passed legislation to repeal the healthcare reform law, and on Thursday it approved a resolution directing 4 committees to work on alternatives to the law. The Republican-led House voted 245 to 189 to approve the repeal bill. All 242 Republicans supported the repeal bill, but only 3 Democrats joined them. The vote to repeal health reform was largely symbolic. Even if it passed the Senate, President Barack Obama has said he will veto it. House Resolution 9 passed by a vote of 253 to 175. It assigns the Committee on Education and the Workforce, the Committee on Energy and Commerce, the Committee on the Judiciary, and the Committee on Ways and Means with replacing the health reform law. The resolution garnered more support from Democrats than the repeal bill, with 14 House Democrats approving it. A government report obtained by the Associated Press says Medicare Advantage plans are profiting by taking payment the government sends before it's needed to make investments. A Health and Human Services Inspector General's office audit of 50 of these plans estimates that in 2007 they earned $376 million from investments on advance payments from the government. And one of the 50 plans, only 2 say they deducted their investment earnings from their Medicare bids for the following year. It is typical for the government to pay Medicare Advantage plans in advance to cover future medical costs. On average, the plans are paid 46 days in advance. The report shows that if Medicare had kept the money for several more weeks, its trust funds could have earned up to $450 million in interest from the Treasury. A new Charles Schwab survey finds gender plays a large role in Americans' financial management strategies. The Retirement Advice Survey shows that among investors aged 50 and older, 47% of men trust only themselves to make the correct financial decisions. Women are slightly more trusting of others, with only 32% saying they trust only themselves to make their financial decisions. The survey had some good news for financial advisors. 35% of men and 28% of women say their financial plans need a lot of work. When it comes to seeking financial advice, 30% of women say they turn to friends and family, compared with just 17% of men. And 44% of women describe their approach to finances as passive, compared to 37% of men. A recent LIMRA survey shows U.S. insurance executives expect flat sales for individual and group life coverage in 2011. Approximately 59% of executives surveyed say they believe individual life insurance sales will remain flat, while 68% expect the same for group life sales. About 1/3 of respondents say they expect indexed life products to fare best this year. This is largely due to their continued classification as an insurance product rather than a security. Another 27% of executives say they expect whole life sales to see the most success in 2011. 75% of those surveyed say they expect their sales force to diminish this year. Just 73 companies say they are currently recruiting, while 5 companies currently account for 65% of all new hires. For more on the industry, visit producersweb.com.